When looking at Allied tanks in the Battle of Normandy, the question may abound as to why some British tanks appear to have numbers written on the turrets. These tanks appear to be Cromwell's, however, on closer inspection, they have a different armament. They are in fact Centaur tanks. The Centaur tank was fitted with a high explosive 95mm artillery howitzer rather than the normal British Ordnance QF 75mm anti-tank gun which was fitted to the Cromwell tank. The Centaur was designed to provide close support to the Royal Marines landing on the French coast of Normandy on the 6th of June 1944. The 95mm gun was intended to be fired from landing craft at enemy fortifications on the beach. The chassis of the Centaur was the same as that used for the Cromwell tank. However, the Centaur had a much less efficient engine. The Cromwell was powered by a Rolls-Royce Meteor V12 parallel engine. Essentially, this was the tank version of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine which powered the Supermarine Spitfire. The problem at the time, however, was that the Rolls-Royce Meteor was in short supply. As such, Nuffield Liberty engines were fitted to the Centaur. The Nuffield Liberty was underpowered. It had a maximum road speed of 22 to 27 miles per hour and gave the tank a cross-country speed of only 12.5 miles per hour. The armour thickness of the Centaur varied between 20 and 76 millimeters. Only the Mark IV Centaur saw service during the Second World War. 65 Centaur tanks were built as close support vehicles fitted with a 95mm howitzer. They were crewed by the Royal Marines Armoured Support Group and saw action on D-Day as well as limited service in Normandy thereafter. The Royal Marines Armoured Support Group was equipped with 20 Sherman tanks and a total of 80 Centaur Mk IV tanks. Within 15 minutes of each hour, 20 Centaurs were ashore and 8 more followed within 4 hours. The tanks were intended only to operate during the initial assault and then within 1 mile of the beach, since they did not have an administrative or maintenance organisation. They would, however, eventually stay in action for 15 days, advancing as far as 10 miles inland. Originally, the plan was for the Centaur howitzer tanks to be lashed to the floor of landing craft, raised up on false platforms. The flat-bottom landing craft, armed with tank turrets, would then be able to close in on the beach and provide attacking Allied troops with covering fire. It was intended that the engines of the tanks would be removed and the vacated space used for ammunition storage. Markings were painted on the turrets which allowed the battery commander outside of the tank to direct all of the tank howitzers to the correct location on the beach. This was not dissimilar to the range clocks used on World War I battleships. In the event, it was decided that the raised loading position on the false floor was adversely affecting the trim of landing craft. It made the landing craft top-heavy and liable to capsizing. Indeed, in the run-up to D-Day, several accidents had occurred off the coast of southern England, which led to a number of wrecks off the south coast. Subsequently, the engines were reinstalled and the vehicles drove ashore after only a limited amount of shots from the well of the landing craft. The battery commander of the Royal Marines Armoured Support Group used a Sherman tank, which also had 360-degree markings painted on the turret. Today, a restored Centaur Mk IV tank, operated by the Royal Marines Armoured Support Group, can be found within the grounds of the Pegasus Bridge Museum in Normandy. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more updates, like and share. You can also help to support the channel at Patreon. Details are in the description box below.